Ms. Crowley is on substitute.
It's my second time. I agree that this substitute motion could be used as a road map, but the fact that it was brought as a substitute motion instead of another agenda item, which it can very well stand by itself, or brought next month instead of a road map, it is a road block. That was its point. Otherwise, and I think it's how many cuts are provided. If we're going to continue cuts, how many cuts are in this agenda this month? We've been working on the budget since April, and no cuts like this have come to us. I did add and related budgets. That gives the superintendent wiggle room instead of counting paper clips. But when you start talking about hardships and a child with diabetes going to not having a clerk that is used to giving the care needed for a child with diabetes versus I don't have enough paper clips to clip all these papers together. I think if you vote for the paper clips, you are not going to look very good as board members. I'm not trying, riff. We could riff with any motion. We could riff with that plan. We can riff with this plan. But the board the superintendent has to recommend a riff, and then we have to vote that we're actually going to do it. I cannot just make some motion that we're going to cut 2%, 5%, and then that throws us into a riff. The superintendent can come back and he says he's looked at every budget and he's come back with 4%, and this is his plan, and we'll say, well, okay, we'll take that 4% and we're happy, or we will take that 4% and we still want another percent, Dr. Dawkins, and we'll do what we did. I mean, the world does not come to an end. People do not get their pink slips and go home. And I tell you, that's why this was a roadblock. That's the biggest key when both of them use the word riff, when they know better than anybody that when you make a motion, that does not throw us into a riff. Unless the motion is, we will enact this riff. So it's very disingenuous. Thank you very much.
Mr. Ramsey.